Hello and welcome to the Return Homestead. Today we're going to be making a guilt-free chocolate mousse keto style. In the measuring cup, I have about 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. So it needs to be heavy, it needs to be cold. When you're making this, make sure you have no grease in your bowl or anything like that that will stop your whipping cream from fluffing up. Now you can make this recipe any way you want. And if you'll hang out with me until the very end, I'll give you several suggestions on how you can change this recipe. But the amount of whipping cream you put in, remember, if you're not going to eat it all within a day or so, it tends to break down. So I'm starting with the 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. Now, if you didn't catch my extract video, this is homemade vanilla extract. And you can use just about any extract that you want. And I'm going to put a splash in there. Okay, a little more than a splash. And I'm going to start whipping this up. Now that the cream has started to fluff up, you need to add your sweetener. And it could be the sweetener of your choice. Now remember, when you're making keto or paleo, you need to use the carb count on the products you use divided by the amount of servings you make. So in this case, I'm using monk fruit sweetener with allulose. And 1 scoop, which is very small by the way, is 4 grams of carbs. So I'm going to be using a tablespoon, just a regular tablespoon, not a measuring tablespoon, and add it in there. Now remember, you're going to make it as sweet as you choose. Just don't forget to add your carbs if you're trying to stay under so many carbs. Then I'm going to add cocoa powder. And I'm probably going to do a couple heaping spoonfuls of this. But you don't want to add it all at once. It'll go poof and you'll be wearing cocoa powder. So I kind of like to stir it in so I'm not wearing it all. And you're going to start low. Now every heavy cream is different, so you'll take your carb count from the carton of heavy cream you're using. And this is all to taste. There's no real magic here. Super easy. I'm going to put a little more sweetener in it. It is more like with the little bit that I put in, it's more like a semi-sweet chocolate. And it has enough chocolate, but there's never such a thing as enough, right? Oops, I almost put the bad spoon back in. All right. Much better. You will then put these in, well, you can put it in the refrigerator like it is, or you can put them in bowls to make sure you're only getting a certain serving, so you know exactly how many carbs you're getting in this. So that's 2 very large servings. Well, I think they're very large. And there's still plenty more. If you want whipping cream on top of your whipping cream, this is Kirkland's brand of heavy whipping cream. And it's got 2 tablespoons is a serving, 1 gram of carbs, so it's very light. And there you go. It's just that simple. So you don't have to do without desserts. So a dessert doesn't have to be complicated or hard. This only took me a few minutes, and this is something that I look forward to in the evening. It's a great source of fat if that's what you need to get yourself going. Now, I told you that I would tell you different ways of how to make this. So all summer long when we have fruit coming in, I will dehydrate or freeze dry those. This is dehydrated plums, this is peaches, and this is blackberries. And this is blackberries. You could add that instead of the cocoa powder. Or if you didn't want to add the carbs in these fruits, because these fruits have sugar in them, you could make like a cherry extract. If you didn't catch that video, I did a bunch of extracts. You could do the cinnamon, you could do maple, you could do the coffee, you could even add the chocolate to those recipes. One that sounds really good to me is cherry. So take a cherry extract, and if you'd like me to do that video, I can. Just leave a message in the comments. But you could do a cherry extract with the vanilla. That would be very good. You could also put it in chocolate. It would taste like chocolate covered cherries, which I don't really like. They're too sweet for me. But it might be your thing to do. So use your imagination. You can do anything as long as you have the whipped cream, the heavy whipping cream to whip up, This will keep in the fridge for a couple of days, but then it starts to break down. So only make as much as you need. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe and we'll give it a try. And thank you for joining me today on the Return Homestead. Until we see you next time. Thank you, God bless, and bye-bye.